may have made a mistake. And that mistake was that we weren't finished yet. We still have a bit more to do. Oh my god, look at that. We still have a bit more to do in good old Aussie plays. Did Digimon survive? If I'm correct, we're missing about 3 more chapters. So, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna finish this bugger. We don't half-ass it. We finish it off. I made a manual save here, but we have that autosave just in case. I think it was midway through something. A few streamers I follow want their own, but it is always the default. Oh, okay. Right. Had a good week. You probably saw my nutrition. Only 2 more. Oh, okay. In that case, I'm kind of confident we can smash it out. Is that including this one? Did you get sidetracked somewhere? Well, what was your treasure? In case I missed it, what was it? Original endings are 12. Oh, 12! Okay, Frank. Sorry, I was thinking it was 13. I thought it was 12, and then it gives you, like, your ultimate ending, which is lucky 13 or whatever. To most, it's probably not lucky. That means that's mean of you, Takuma. You act like you've seen a couple of ghosts. You've been waiting around here for what feels like forever. That's impossible. I mean, you two are swallowed by the fog. Yes, all of us got separated anyway. Don't worry. From here on out, we'll always be with you. That's right. We'll never leave your side. Since you two will end up like us. Look out, everyone! Wait a second. Who's everyone? Okay. Not only that, the door won't budge. We can't even get back outside. Like fish in a barrel, you guys are. No need to be so scared. You'll see each other again in the end. Yeah, we're all meeting our makers here. Don't be a crybaby about it. Look, our deaths were our own faults. We were weak. We admit that. Wait, what? Are they actually ghosts, or are they... Now I'm confused. That was the only reason we died. It was also because you abandoned... Piss off! I did not abandon you. I'm not going with that. I did not. I tried my best. We're friggin' kids as well. God damn. Probably forgot. Yeah, that's how you say. So, yeah, it was kind of our fault, but it was also kind of your fault. After all that, of everyone getting home together made me sick just hearing it. I mean, okay, they're not ghosts, but they're not real. Okay, so it's probably some kind of... I'm just going to play it out as if it's its own head playing with him. I guess Shuji and me were never part of that group, however, I didn't include us. It's not true, we all felt terrible after losing you. I mean, we actually tried to include you on several occasions, and when we saw something was wrong, we still tried to help and include you, but last time I checked, none of us were psychologists or psychiatrists! So the blame is... Okay, I'm not gonna play an argument game with apparitions! It's okay, you don't need to make excuses, but not here for your apologies. That's right, after all, talk is cheap. We'd rather eat your flesh. If you're really sorry about what you did, there's only one thing for you to do. Go back in time! Come with us, Takuma. We're friends, aren't we? We'll always be together, right? If I want to apologize, that means I have to become like them, really? Come with us, won't you? I expected much from you, Takuma. Alright, you got a date with the fog. What? I was about to say, no, don't go to the friggin' fog. If it was some kind of trial, then sure, but... Yeah, the trial is letting the fog eat you. Everyone's gone. Random on behind this too. We should look for them, right? This could be the same situation. Can't leave them in their own devices. Let's go! Total smoke and mirrors. Remember during Shuji's death chapter, where they tripped out and saw mean versions of the Digimon? Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. I thought the spider lady did that, though. Not like Unless it's the master. The master doing it. Something. I'm asking too many questions, I think. But I don't know. Alright, I guess we'll just go from top to bottom. I already got that burb. Oh, good. Okay, so we just got to find the rest of the crew. Can we give her an actual useful Digivolution this time? I wonder. You think getting separated in such a weird place? Sorry, can't get up. Okay. Come on, help me find my brother. You just stand there, either give me a hand. Something about this just doesn't seem right. Why can't I put a finger on it? Don't you think they're acting funny? It's potentially not them. I saw Shuji and Rio, you know, they're all... I mean, I find that moderately believable. You two are acting more like Labramon. That's not... Your worry... Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Why is everyone just a little bit different? It's almost like you're bits and pieces of the people I know. I'm glad they spelled it out, but in a way, I feel like they kind of ruined a good story there. They could have had the player slowly realize that, or maybe make an alternate ending if you just trust them, and then, oh crap, I saved the wrong people, and you know, and they managed to trick you and be like, ah, these people, they're not your friends, you should get them. Let's kill him. Oh, Jesus Christ. Just, you know, just cause. Let's kill him. Oh, jeez, a ratty little prank didn't work. Let's give him the old snap. In times like this, I wish I had a empty bottle. You ever done that trick? It is a little trick, but you got to make sure that the person will not have a friggin' heart attack in the process. Get an empty plastic bottle, okay? Make sure the top... Well, actually, yeah, the top is not necessarily on. You'll have to practice it. But get an empty plastic bottle. I mean, you know, like your typical water bottle. Something that's, you know, thin plastic. Tuck it under your arm. Tuck it under your arm. Or put it under your jacket. A way that they're not going to see it under your armpit. Then, if they got a pet, like a bird or a pet cat or a puppy or something, pick them up, give them a little pet pat, grab the head. This is the important part. Do not hurt the animal or else you are a bastard. Just like a Koji. Do not actually do anything mean to the animal. This is a trick for a reason. You grab their head or you grab a part of their body and very gently tilt it in one direction. Do not attempt to hurt the animal. Just like this. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Nothing much. And then as you do that, bring your arm down on the bottle. And they'll hear it. You will either make a best friend or lose a best friend. Anyway, what am I doing? So you and you're going to turn into a vaccine type. You're an all-rounder. I'm going to take you because you go quite fast. I'm going to put you there and then Monkey go there. Sorry, I got a little spaced out with that one. I'm on Twitch nowadays, so I have to stress my points. Do not hurt animals. Hurting animals is bad. I think from this playthrough, we have learned that I do not like it when kids or animals get hurt. I'm glad you're having a good old laughy laugh. That's good. My, I might need a different trick. God damn it, really? That's alright. My acting teacher did something similar on me before. Or GG. Yes, the GGs. I miss the one stranger that we could talk to. A similar thing happened to me in drama, though. Basically, they were trying to teach us a technique, you know, like acting and believability and you know, showing the performance and making people invest in your emotions and stuff. St. Knuckles. Well, no, they're probably neutral. Alright, it's Digimon. You're gonna hold the line. That really doesn't do much, does it? That really doesn't do much. Probably should have kept him together, but at the same time, if I did that, then they would have just friggin' stormed us. Greymon! Anyway, so if I move him there, I'll get back to the story in a second, sorry. Yeah, so basically, the teacher was trying to teach us, you know, about investing in our emotions and making them believable, yada, yada, yada. And what happened was she came into the class holding something in her arms. It was like wrapped in a blanket. I'm sure people know where this is going. And all the ladies, of course, and some of the blokes too, but like everyone's, you know, crowding around her when class starts, and they're like, "What's that, miss? What's that?" Because it, you know, it kind of looks like not a baby, but you know, like it looks really small, like some kind of baby or little critter. And she's like, "Oh, I found this baby bird. I found this baby bird outside, and it's so cute. It's so cute." And they're like, "Really? Oh, can we see the bird?" It's like, no. It's a newborn. It can't even open its eyes, the poor thing. Any form of light is hurting the poor thing. I need to try and keep it safe here for now. And they're like, "Oh, that's so cute. That's good on you, teacher, for wanting to help it out. Do we need you to..." And people like me and the other dudes, we're trying to think more realistically. We're like, "Oh, miss, do you need to go to sickbay to take the bird there? You know, do you want us to go with you to take you to the, you know, take the bird there, or do you need to step out?" Yeah, kind of thing. It's, "Oh, no, I don't need to do that neither. It's okay. I'll just leave the bird here. But it's such a cute bird." And then, "Oh, yeah, it's so cute." You know, about 30 seconds of this passes until she inevitably drops the bird on the floor and frickin' steps on it. As you can tell, some of the ladies began to lose their shit. And some of the dudes just kind of pause for a minute. And then the teacher looks up and says, "And that's what you call acting." So some people were a little mildly traumatized, but I thought that was hilarious. I mean, no one was actually traumatized. Some of the girls were upset for like 2 seconds because they thought she stepped on a friggin' bird. But obviously when they learned it wasn't a bird, then yeah, it was fine. It was a cool acting technique. Well, not acting technique, like a little trick to show people, yes, you invested yourselves in this imaginary thing. Like, it was never even real, but you believed me that it was real. So, yeah. This is... I know I could move it around, but this is just ridiculous. Okay. Digimon will live! Yeah, there you go. There's another little funky story for you. You could probably take him out. There we go. He softened him up enough. Thank you, Digimon. God, he's in the friggin' 50s now. Leveling in the 50s. But yes, I'm happy you like that. Not sure if there's any other friggin' pranks or acting stories I can think of in that sense. For now, at least. But if I think of any, I'll try and blurt them out. So for the real deals, we've got to rescue them soon. They must be experiences of pretty awful stuff. Or something to that extent. It came under the desk. Maybe it's them. Yes, it's them. Well, those are anticlimactic. Please take care of them. Right. Okay. I'm not sure if I believe... I mean, I'm almost positive that's them, but I also, again, don't know if that's them. But if I had to take an educated guess, yes, it's actually them. Oh, wrong friggin' button. I don't know if I saw in the chat before... My new treasure is Star-Lord Funko Pop. Emily from Corpse Bride Funko person in my Discord whenever there was. Oh, yes. I believe I might have missed that one, but thank you for telling me. I'll have to see if I can check that out in detail. I've got a bunch of Funkos that I've either been given or I collected in the past. I feel like no offense, because obviously you like Funkos, so don't ever let me or anyone else take away from something that you genuinely enjoy. But Funko Pops to me is like a cool story, or STDs. Everybody's got one. You got it! I mean... Yeah, I feel like everyone has some kind of soft spot for Funko Pop. It just kind of depends. And to actually take it seriously, some of the Funko Pops do look kind of neat, despite, you know, them being, you know, relatively mediocre quality. Like some of the giant ones, for example, or some of the ones that look more like a dragon or non-humanoid. Because then, you know, a lot of people's main complaints is just the head always looks the same, the body always looks the same. But if you get one that's a little different, you know, they got a bunch of the Yu-Gi-Oh monsters and stuff. I don't have those, but those look kind of neat. Because, you know, it's more like a dragon kind of thing, you know? You can't really keep the normal body figure of that. Whatever this place is, that can't be good. We should go back. You have to leave. This place is, we have to find everyone first. If you want to run, get on your own. No, I don't want to be alone. Stay with me. Please, I won't talk about running again. Just don't leave. Yeah, that's not you. I have one that is Jane Bennett from Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. Ah. Fair enough, fair enough. I'm not super familiar with, ironically enough, I'm not too familiar with, actors or character names and such. Unless it's got to do with really popular voice actors. Then sometimes I will know them, yes. Like Jim Cummings. I know Jim Cummings. He's friggin' cool. He's going to a convention soon near where I am. I don't know if I'll actually get anything from him, but, you know, just the fact that he's there is kind of neat. Yep, he's Giant Frogman. Small for Speed of Teenage Witch. Oh, right. Yes. The old TV show. That's the one I'm thinking of. The one with the, like, animatronic or puppeteering cat. Because that was like a live action. Is that a live action show? Is that the word? I have one of that second one. Right. I used to watch the TV show a little bit as a kid. I vaguely remember it on the Disney Channel. Oh, you do? Ah. Oh. How nice. He's a black cat, and his name is Salem Saberhagen. Saberhagen! No, sorry, I'm just picking on the name. My apologies. Well, let's keep Monkey. 'Cause why not? Actually, never mind. I didn't know they were with us. I thought you two wanted to rest. "16 months old. Aww. How nice. How nice. What an adorable little Kit Kat." I feel like a lot of shows or movies pushed people to get certain animals. Or sometimes made people stay away from certain animals. Is it a is it a Rottweiler? The one that everyone says is mean, but isn't actually really all that mean. It's just perceived as mean. A Rottweiler, I think, is one of them, but that's not the one I was talking about. So we could probably have you 1v1 them. Because you could Digivolve pretty high. Staffy! Yes, a Staffy. That's it. There you go. Thank you. Staffy. Gonna have you boost your defense, because you're probably gonna get hit. Obviously, yeah, like, actually getting out. Like, Game of Thrones? Holy crap. Huskies probably went through the roof after that. What else? What's it? Babe? Some people probably wanted pigs after that. And then the Staffy in that one was like, you know, kind of evil. Not really, though, evil, ironically enough. Kind of misunderstood. But at least at the beginning, they perceived it as... Arr, arr, arr. These Staffies are now a horrible beast to live in constant fear. The couple of my cats actually do get hurt by one. Yeah, like... I think the difference between... I don't know, like... Yes, I'm not really away from said stereotype. Like, if you put me in a room with a Staffy or another kind of dog, like, I probably wouldn't want to be near the Staffy. In saying that, you stick me in a room with a Husky and a Staffy, and you say, you gotta make friends with one of them. Like, and both of them are wild animals. Which one you picking? I'm picking the Staffy. Like, I know a Husky's technically still a dog, but some people will argue, like, oh, no, a Husky, you know, that's more like a wolf, you know? But technically they're both dogs, and in that kind of situation, I'd rather deal with a friggin' Staffy. And I feel like a Staffy, again, I'm not a dog expert, so everything I'm saying is potential drivel. But, like, oh, we can hit you. Can we hit them, out of curiosity? We can. Okay. We don't really have a line of sight, but okay. I'll take it. But yeah, like, I feel like some breeds are more trainable than others. And some like to be trained and some don't like to be trained. I feel like Huskies could be trained, but they probably demand a lot more. Because they're a lot more, from what I can tell, a lot more energetic. They need to be run a lot more, and, you know, they need that kind of training. Staffies, they're potentially similar, but I imagine nowhere near as much. Might as well give them the boost. Quite a few around where I am. Most have them. Staffies more as a status symbol. Yeah, I feel like that's a thing as well. Like, because it's almost like... how do I put it? My friend who's a bit of a skeptic, when we used to talk about stuff like ghosts and aliens and things like that. Ironically enough, the same acting teacher swore to us that she saw a ghost one time. You know, and told us this detailed story and like I never could have made this up kind of thing. And my critic friend came back with, so let me tell you something, Mathew. You know, it's something that I've learned. And it's like, what's that? He says, if you really want to see something, you're going to see it. So in other words, you will fill in the pieces in your head. It's kind of like when, I love how I try to make an example and then I don't even fathom my own example in my head before I start opening my mouth. It's like when sometimes, you get a certain kind of dizziness or a certain kind of injury to the head where your head is attempting to fill in the blanks for something. I think it happens sometimes when you're dizzy, like when you're spun round and round and round, and your head kind of is like trying to fit the image in front of your head, but it can't do it because the blood's rushing around you, and it's trying to maintain its balance, but it can't, but it's trying to do it. And so, therefore, it's making you sick. It can't paint the picture properly. And so, it's freaking out. Or, when I was a kid, I used to be, like a lot of kids, I used to be afraid of the dark and stuff. And when you can't see things, you start to just automatically fill in the blanks of what's in there, even though you can't necessarily see what's there. So you just kind of like, especially, after you've watched a spooky movie or something, you're like, oh, what's that in there? Oh, creepy claw man, or, and it's just like a branch, like outside through a window. Might as well just keep attacking from here. Do you have an experience where there is no logical way to explain it? Yes, I'm a believer in that stuff, but I can't explain it in any logical way. Well, that's fine. That's fine. Me, I'm pretty open-minded, but I'm also skeptic. Like, very skeptical. Like, if you told me there was a giant pink dinosaur in the sky right behind me, and only you can interact with it and speak with it, would I believe you? No. Would I humor you? Yes, I would. I'd be like, okay, show me some kind of proof, but I can't prove it to you. Okay, well then I don't believe you. I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm not saying that it doesn't actually exist and there's no way that it could exist, but I'm saying I don't believe you. Then if you want to try and prove me wrong, you can. But, that's up to you. I feel like that's the most respectable way to do it. You can still doubt someone or not believe them and not dislike them, or not like, oh, you're an idiot. You don't have to go that route. I think everyone's got their own little beliefs and things like that. But I think the most common one is, oh, do aliens exist? I think that one is a lot more plausible. Because I think it'd be a little ridiculous to say that we are the only kind of life form out there, perhaps even intelligent life form. What I think is stupid, in my opinion, again, it's my opinion, is that people love to claim that we know exactly what these things are. It's like, oh, they're grey, they're called grey aliens, they live on the planet Krypton, they enjoy lettuce, but they really hate peas. And then their planet was once water-based, and now it's this based because of various research handed down. And I'm like, no. Sorry, to me, that is just complete gobbledygook. Ironically enough, how on God's green earth do you know all this excruciating detail when we can't even friggin' point out, like, at least in a majority manner, what even friggin' colour these things are, or if they even exist? That's what I kind of find interesting, that people seem to know exactly what they are, exactly what they're talking about when they mention these things. Or that they've seen them, or that they've been abducted by them, and stuff like that. Like the further down this kind of rabbit hole goes. I used to enjoy watching a show called Penn and Teller's Bullshit. And that was about investigating a lot of different things. They didn't necessarily, they tried to come into it as skeptics. Obviously, they had fun with it. But they did try to go in with an open mind. But okay, like, tell us or prove to us. Like, what is this? How does this work, And, like, they'd have people swearing up and down that, you know, like, oh, I was abducted and impregnated by, you know, Glub Glub of the Gloopton planet. You know, like, my kids are living with him now, and I go to visit them once a fortnight. And I'm like, can you prove any of this? Do you have any pictures and stuff? It's, oh, no, I don't have pictures. Or I have a drawing. Would you like to see the drawing? And I'm like, okay. Fair enough. If that's what makes you happy, then enjoy. Legit. If you're not hurting anyone, and if this story is nice to you, and if you genuinely believe it, then that's great. It doesn't matter whether or not I believe it. What matters if you believe it, and if it, I suppose, brings a positive influence in your own life. I feel like I should get the scary music out. What happened was, me and my mum were walking our dogs. It was between 4 and 5 a.m. and still kind of dark. And somebody died. I don't have dogs now. But we had to back then. But we had back then. I'll continue this in a moment. Because we are losing our dudes. I'm going to leave you for now. Try to back our boy up there, I think. And we need to get you a little closer. So a little friend doesn't die. There we go. Oh wait, no, that's two paragraphs. That's why. So I was having trouble seeing that. We had. Okay. I think for this specific scenario, we should be fine. Because there's just 2 guys left. Then I have a quick read. Okay, so we had... I don't have dogs now, right. But we had to back then... We're walking along this road that is normally a busy road during the day. Time was empty. We were walking on this grassy side of the road, had a bunch of trees. It was dark trees, so we had flashlights. My mum was holding the leads of the dogs, and I was walking a few feet behind her. I was laughing and talking with her, not really thinking of anything. Then suddenly I felt something had grabbed me and threw me to the ground. I literally blacked out. I came around, and first thing I saw was my own extended hand holding my torch. She had said the beam of my torch went out, and I was suddenly laying in the position of someone who just got assaulted. I even felt shaken up like someone had attacked me. There was no one around me, her and her dogs. To this day, I haven't got a clue what happened. Huh. Strange, I don't know. Only thing I could think of is some kind of spasm, or maybe you walked into something in the dark and your shoulder got caught on it and just like, just kind of like threw you to the ground. It's weird though that you'd black out. Because if you smacked your head or something, then... And if it was some kind of underlying health issue, I imagine it would pop up now. It wouldn't hurt to get checked, but I don't mean to say that to, like, say you're crazy or anything. I mean that, like, in a nice way. But I'm going to assume you're fine. You seem like a nice, capable human being to me. So, like, that's trippy. That's trippy. For me, I normally get... I've never had anything to that extent, but I have had kind of, like, situations like that occur for me, normally in a great deal of fear, like when I'm already afraid, which again comes back to that phrase my friend used to always tell me: if you really want to see something, you're going to see it. And in a fit of fear, people will see a lot of things. You'll even believe a lot of things when you're afraid, which is probably how a lot of war starts, honestly. Anyway, very glad that you didn't hurt anyone or didn't get hurt. You're one of my main crew. Indeed. Tried to figure... But no, I mean, hey, one good thing came out of it. It's a fun story. I see Kaido and Iogra. I have to meet up with them. Hey, this better not be like a Mayan... Sorry, not a Mai, I don't know her name. A Tai and Matt situation where Matt gets the girl. Tai does all the heroic stuff. You should give the girl to friggin' Tai. Okay, so they're all wrapped up in illusions. Okay. So we got to protect them this time. I'm not going to be all... Oh, it was ghosts. There was probably some logical reason. But I didn't catch on anything. No, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. That's very commendable of you. You can't explain it, but you're not necessarily jumping to conclusions. It's commendable of you. I think that happens a lot sometimes, where humans can't always explain things, but they have to explain it. They have to have a reason why. You know, the whole meaning of life thing, you know? People love to make reasons up for that one. Don't we all know the answer's 48 or 42 or whatever Google told me last? We'll just take the weakest, I guess. I stood up all shaking, but I could walk straight and was completely unharmed. Yeah, I mean... Yeah. I mean, to me, that would make sense as in, like, something had caused you to fall over. Because it sounds like it didn't hurt you. But in saying that, though, then if it was a tree or something, then it would have hurt you. Like, if you walked in, and obviously you would have saw it, like, afterwards. Yeah. Fascinating, Captain. I just noticed the chest behind it. We don't really need it, honestly. I'll give it to them. It doesn't really count because it's more of a nightmare. I'm pretty sure it was a nightmare. I used to have some really, really detailed, messed up nightmares. One of, like, the more tame ones was, when I was a kid. I don't even think I had the closet anymore. But again, like, you fill in the blanks. Oh, I can hit them all. That's great. Hell yeah. Tira Force! Hey, whatchamacallit. Basically... I went to sleep, and I'm like a little toddler. I'm a little kid, you know? And I like Thomas the Tank Engine. And I'm asleep in the dead of night. I think I was having trouble falling asleep, I think. So lack of sleep as well can make you hallucinate and things like that, of course. And, as soon as I feel like I drop off to sleep, it's almost like another set of eyes opened. Like... in my head, and I was just looking into this closet that was open. And within this closet, like way before any of this weird, funky Thomas the Tank Engine stuff has come out, because again, this was when I was a toddler, so in the 90s, you know, 1990 friggin' 8 or something, I don't know. I all of a sudden, I see these two big beady eyes, and what looks like Thomas the friggin' Tank Engine staring back into my soul, saying, "Stop fooling around!" And he's got like these big red glowy eyes. And I wake up and I'm like, what in friggin' hell was that? But of course it was in Bebe. So it's, what in friggin' hell was that? So yeah, that was weird. I mean, I still like Thomas the Tank Engine. That was weird. I know, right? It's weird. I think I was able, at least at the time, I was able to just be like, oh, that was just a dream, whatever. In saying that, though, there are some weird, spooky, friggin' television characters, like the Teletubbies. I know those guys always get brought up for scary things. Why are you fully healed? Did you not get hit before? Oh, no. Sorry, I looked at that wrong. Terra Force! Talk about a Twippy. A very valuable member to the team. Let's bring you down here. No, but yeah, no, I feel like a lot of people probably wouldn't be able to look at him the same. I don't know how we got on this conversation of spooky stuff, but I'm not against it. If you two are close enough, I would yes, I would appreciate that. Yes, thank you. Let's back up a bit. Just to not let them get behind me. There you go. And we got the item. Yo, it's a wild Boomer! Hello, Boomer, how are you doing? It's nice to see you. Thank you for paying me a lovely visit. Might not necessarily be the smartest idea to put the pipsqueak in front, but we're doing it. We were just talking about spooky stories and weird things that we've gone through. Have you beat the alternate route yet? If you're talking about like my first playthrough, no, I have not. I am not. If our here is correct, I have 2 chapters left. So I haven't even been streaming for an hour, so I'm confident that we'll smash out at least 1 chapter, but I'd like to get both done. Large sincerity, Melon. I'm very sincere, so I'd like to present you with some melons. And I shall have a drink. Thank you, Ella. That's it. That's how you pull them out. You shake, gurgle, and drop. It was a trap. Oh, I appreciate it, but Boomy, thank you. I was sent that guide before as well, actually. When I do finish this, I should actually look at that and save it somewhere. But yeah, in the first playthrough, I don't really mind. I'm happy to just, especially since I've been doing it this whole time, this whole playthrough, I'm happy to just go through and see what happens. Yep. Of course he did.
いや、幻とあれは幻ではない。苦しめ、弱らせることがもう子供たちだけでなく、私にも。
Calm himself down. Is this thinking making worse? Maybe I should stop him. Hear him out. Tell him to chill. I'm gonna hear him out because I feel like this is just his way to chill. He is a thinker.
いらない邪魔なだけの存在だと思っていたんだが、だったら私を図書館に入れずつまりだが敵はそうはしなかった。つまり私も生贄足り得る。教授。
Well, either that or the girl is still consciously making decisions, or maybe a normal human sacrifice is like a minor benefit. Yes, 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 you sent me that, Aloe, thank you. Akiharu Manis. Still sounds weird to come out of his mouth. Rather, I felt too burdensome of a truth for you. Calling to Miki is a stopgap measure at best. Sooner or later, we'll have to defeat her, that is true. Cause everyone to hesitate. I thought the same. Still, my assumption may have been misguided. Renamon's hatred and the alliance with the Master may be related to my past. If Miyuki is the key to saving everyone, and Circus has no consequences why we get out of the library safely. I want to tell everyone about me and my sister everything from the very beginning. Yeah, you're not gonna get out, are you? My actions have been dubious up to now still. You never pressed the issue. You have my thanks as well as my sincere apologies. Let's get everyone back to the base in one piece. You're right, let's do this. What we have to do is now escape together. I've seen the true ending. The only one with a remotely happy ending, the one I mentioned last. Yeah. If you need help doing the right things, just answer. I've seen the true ending, didn't like it. Seen the moral ending. I'm midway through a playthrough to the harmony ending. I keep forgetting what ending I'm gonna get, but I don't really mind. I don't really mind what ending I get. The fact that I get an ending is all that matters. And then everyone dies. Okay, that would be sad. You definitely need a guide for that, though. To get all megas, only way to do it is follow a guide. Save scum. Let's just get the right answers for every affinity conversation. Oh, the moral ending, that's it. The right thing to do kind of ending. To have these children take her place. For all these guys. That's to desire sacrifice. First, the master will consume a number of sacrifices and his world will expand. Follow the master's wishes, delivering you. Do you really think he's going to hold his end of the bargain? Just as you have among them were two siblings, Miyuki. Oh, was you, Professor? So, whatever the case, Miyuki's has been shunted out of the flow of time. In Minnie's means, she can control the song that connects worlds. It's about a mysterious song Miyuki sent you back to the world. The vision I saw here taught me as much. The block in my memory is the fear that hid the truth. I have Miyuki here and returned to my world. Then I repressed the fear I felt in this world deep in my memories. While letting you escape, Miyuki was taken over by the master and lost half her soul. And so, even after I convinced the others to rescue her, she was no longer herself. Because of your self-centered need to protect yourself, Miyuki was stuck in this world. I don't know what you mean by self-centered need to protect yourself. I think we call that post-traumatic stress disorder. Possessed by the muscle, losing the ability to age and feel emotions. Shameless, return to your world, her and Ben. Her heart was broken. She was sensitive. How did you even expect him to get back? Even after all that, she's waited for her brother. The brother would comfort her. If she didn't, her heart would truly break. I took on this form, the way you looked at me. Okay, well that explains that. In this form, she would smile for me, even with a faded sense of self. Even if I spoke to her, she would give the faintest of reactions. She even sang sometimes. That's why I stayed in this form, remained a shade in your image the whole time. As you aged, as senile little coot, I saved her, protected her on my own. Sorry, Renamon, my sins are heavy too, heavier to ever atone for. I forgot, I'm going to need to try and work on a thumbnail. Nothing to do with this. They'll have to trade him to get Miyuki back. Kept your form for Miyuki's sake. Have you any idea how humiliating that was for me? If you have even an inkling, then you know how firm my resolve is. I mean, personally, I don't see why you couldn't be her Digimon and stand by her that way. And literally protect them and create a bond and then form a Digivolution. So, oh, wait a minute! That would create a plot hole, because then she could literally just smash through anything with a Mega Digimon at that point. 50 years. I mean, 50 years isn't... By the timeline's probably not as much as 50 years. But you know what I mean. If she rocks up with a friggin' ultimate or even a champion on her own, out of the blue, you know, it would kind of create a bit of a strength gap. You know, we rock up to this world with, like, just getting a rookie and they're, oh, hi, how you doing? All of a sudden with friggin', God, I don't know what the mega form's called. Bitch with a pole. Can't imagine the master ever letting the main go. I sacrificed really the best way to let me get back. If you really want her back, we should call her out together. For us to get through this, so please, Renamon. Oh, Jesus. Yep, alright. I wonder if we're gonna end up having to take her out. Or if Garurumon is gonna help his master out right at the very end. It's alright, you go get a drink as well. Exact same plot progression of what I got for the moral ending. Plus Will Grayman is the moral ending Agumon Mega. Right. So does that mean then, depending on the ending that I pick, it changes the Mega evolution that I get? Unless it's just the moral choices that I make like last time. Oh, that's a Mega. That's, well, actually, I don't know. No, that's an Ultimate. That's an Ultimate, isn't it? Not a Mega. That's still tough. Holy crap. It's giving me a lot of Digimon to play with. I don't know. I don't know if I'm happy about this or sad about this. Okay, so I can't really tell what type they are. I'm going to guess they're vaccine. Wouldn't hurt to have a speed. I mean, they're the highest levels, so they're not too bad though. They've got a good range on them. Might get those 4. Okay. They can move pretty quick, so I might put them down there. Hitimon can go there. Panjamon can go there. And Bearbearmon can go there. Well, I was kind of looking for like a big fight, so I guess now we got it. We're on normal? I thought we were on hard. I guess we'll leave it on normal then. Unless after every fight it changes. Okay. What can you do? Okay, so you can just do your movement pretty much for now. Anything we need to look for or get, we could... Okay, so they're all over there too. We can move them. In that case, I say we get this squad down there and then that squad down that way. I think it's almost like they want us to do that. Let's get your evolution going. Because you can attack from long range. There we go. Keep the movement buff for later. Don't think that's close enough. Not quite, but we're getting there. We'll manage. That's fine. Digimon. Okay, you can't really do much, but it's okay. We'll pretend like you can. And welcome back! Welcome back. Bickety bickety bick bick bick. Bickety back. Bickety bickety back. Can we hit you? Yes, we can. We've basically just taken our team and split it up into two. I mean, it was already split up in two. Right. Part of me kind of wants to take a Goo and chuck him in the middle. And let them go off on their own. I kind of want to do that. He is a tank. Let's do it. We're investing in Wargreymon! If for whatever reason in my acting career, if I ever get to voice Wargreymon, that'd be great. Not because I think I would do a really good performance or anything, but just because then I'll finally have the excuse to shout, Wargreymon! What was that one line you did? Wargreymon! Okay, they're very likely going to get hit as well, so let's give them a boost. Yeah, you can ask me a question. Oh, you didn't spend any dollary dues to get a question. No, it's fine. Of course, that's fine. I will get to that question in just a moment. Just want to add, in no way, what's intended to be offensive stereotype, in no way that. I'll get to the rest of that. I'm pretty sure I know what the question is going to be. And if so, I'm not offended whatsoever. There's been something I always wanted to know for the reason the origin of never really... Was wanting to know the reason, the origin. Yeah, you can ask. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, no, that's okay. Sheila. Why do they refer to them as Sheila? I don't really. Oh God, I feel like this was actually explained to me and now I've forgotten. There is a thing, like, I believe there is actually like like, kind of like, at least the way it was explained to me. I'm digressing a little bit. Like how some British people are called Poms, and I call British people Poms. And for some, they might think it's some kind of derogatory term. It's not. It was coined by the English, as far as I was told, because in certain parts of the country, they have these pomegranate trees, and yeah, it's a term quoted from some kind of fruit that grows there. So I don't think it's necessarily a fruit or anything. I'm just gonna assume it's a similar thing to Australia. It's something to do with the culture, or kind of like how Waltzing Matilda, like you've got that song that's very popular here. Maybe someone could name Sheila or something like that is popular or was popular around here. But yeah, like honestly, if you talk to an everyday Australian, you're not really gonna hear that anymore. It kind of depends where you live in Australia. Assuming you're somewhere like in Sydney, you are very likely not gonna hear that. Unless you're in Whoop Whoop, you know, like in the bush, you know? Then you might, you know, kind of like how, you know, you got your own kind of old way sort of Americans that have their own nifty way of talking, sir, and stuff. Chap. Howdy, partner. And stuff. I know that's different places in America, but you know what I mean. Like, depending on where you live and stuff and how old school they are, and it very likely is not going to come up in a conversation, especially that I don't really know a whole lot about different parts of Australia, but I know that Sydney in particular is very Americanized. Not necessarily in the way that we talk, but like it's almost like we just find our own stuff boring, so we can't help but get into American stuff. They're always talking about Trump and any kind of big American news going on. In saying that, it kind of makes sense, because if something happens in America, it will very likely have a ripple effect and affect us. And we've teamed up with America to do stuff before, so it's not that weird, but in another way it is weird. How we have Cockney rhyming slang in London. Yeah. Exactly. Yes. Different places in London, England. Sorry, I get the two confused. I know one is inside the other. I'm just a dummy. It's like saying, oh, you know, the country of Sydney. But I could probably just kill him and then, or I could just move. I'm thinking I might just leave him. Be a little daring. Hopefully I can get him out of there. Block him. But yeah, kind of like that, yeah. Honestly, I don't have the answer for you. I wish I did, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry I don't. But if I was to take an educated guess, probably something like that. Some kind of popular name or trend going on at the time. Like, I know, for example, what was it? So I'm just thinking what I'm going to do with these guys. It does help, thanks. No, you're welcome. Like, for example, the whole dingo ate your baby thing. That, like, nobody actually realistically says that anymore. So, oh, careful, dingo will eat your baby, kind of thing. That sprouted, from what I recall, that sprouted from some kind of news story. Where, like, a child was, like, kidnapped by a dingo. And, like, I don't even think it was eaten. I don't recall it actually being eaten. I think it was just kidnapped. And, like, you know, probably a bit roughed up. I don't know. Don't quote me on the details. But it was some kind of news story. And that just kind of, you know, went crazy. Or drop bears. The whole drop bear thing, you know. I don't know if that was... I don't think that's actually happened. But drop bears was likely coined because those fuckers are so lazy and tired due to what they eat. All they do is eat, shit, and sleep. And, like, so it's not a surprise that these bastards will accidentally drop out of the sky because, you know, they'll get tired, they'll be half asleep, fall out, oh, shit! You know, and fall out. And those things are pretty heavy. You know, so you wouldn't want a giant, big, fat animal to fall on you. So that would make sense that people would be like, oh, careful, you don't want that fat boy dropping on you. Does it happen? I've never heard of it before happening. But could it happen? I suppose. Would they actually do it as an attack? Probably not. Koalas are pretty dopey. They don't really want to... They just want to be left alone, really. Holy crap, that's a long range. That's a good long range. That'll do. Eat shit and sleep. I agree. That does sum up 2020. Koalas crack me up. They are cute. Did you know? I learned this recently. Did you know that koalas are a natural carrier of STDs? They carry chlamydia, if I'm correct. So if you're not careful, if you tango with a wild koala, you'll catch yourself some good old chlamydia. That'll be an interesting one to bring home to the family. Don't bring it home to the family, but you know what I mean. Yeah, I didn't know that neither. Yeah, that was interesting. And I'm like, but why? I don't know why, but apparently wild koalas are just natural carriers. Apparently it's one of the things that, they're not endangered, but one of the things that makes them like a very sensitive species. Because they got chlamydia. Not all of them though, as far as I know. I don't think all of them got it. I think it's just, they are natural carriers of it, like they can... It's not uncommon. As far as I know, not uncommon. I don't know the exceptions to the rule, you know, obviously regulations would be in place, or they would have some kind of way to treat it or something, because, I mean, you can friggin' pet these things at zoos. So, like, you know, they'd have to have some kind of thing in place, or some kind of treatment. Speaking of bears and chlamydia and all that, let's give this boy a kiss with our bear. So, Doc, I went for a walk. A big koala jumped out at me, and here I am. Oh, that's no good, son. I think you've got chlamydia. Well, shouldn't let that drop bear land on you, son. Next time, maybe you'll think twice before you get some fresh air. Fine. Good. Alright, they're gonna leave Birdo alone. Holy crap! You friggin' one-hit him as a counter-attack! I got a friggin' beast on my team! I should have raised the difficulty. Next time I'll raise the difficulty. I feel like I've asked this before, like several parts ago. But, do you get more XP if the difficulty's raised? This is so hell yeah. That person would get locked up for inappropriate shenanigans. No. Oh. Damn. I might raise it though anyway, still. I wonder how they make it harder then. If they just increase the health or increase the damage. Or both. I'm gonna actually let them do the busy work. Because Ultimate's got better stuff to do. Yeah, not quite. At least we whatchamacallit. We could put it on them. Give them a bit of a speed boost. But yeah, we debuffed him at least. That's what I was trying to say. Racing difficulty is only good if you are New Game Plus and your team is like level 70 and you're fighting level 5 Digimon. Oh, so it makes it really hard. Oh, okay. I'm curious. That would explain, because I believe, I could be wrong, I believe that's why I was having trouble with one of those spider missions before with, Arukenimon, if I'm getting it right. The beautiful stranger danger. We're fine for health. Much better, okay. You can catch up a bit. We'll see how we go, though. And I'll if I do that, I'll have to try and make a save beforehand to not screw myself over. For now, I don't know if this is exactly fair for her. This is a lot of Digimon. Alright, you're doing the busy work. You're on chest cracking duty. The other one's too slow, so they can't do it, so you're doing it. Put you there for now. Well, that's not good. Can you toss your poop? No, you're not quite close enough. At least they're still useful as a debuffer. So that's alright, that's something. Oh, that's so weird that they can attack through the wall. I mean, I know I could do that, but it's so weird. I'm just so used to games like this, like XCOM and stuff, where like they just will no. You need to have line of sight. It doesn't make sense that you can attack them through a wall. I'm okay with it. I'm fine with it. It simplifies it for me. But yeah, I'm just not used to it. Okay, who's attacking next? He won't be able to attack. He could probably take him out. I'm gonna have War Greymon go up ahead. Make things a little interesting. You know, we got to add a little difficulty to this mess. Oh, we can hit them both. Terra Force! Okay, they're likely going to get hit. Never mind, they are a pussy. They are backing off. You're supposed to be a fox, not a cat. Stop being a pussy. Made the dog fire! And we'll have you finish them off. So there's not many dudes left now. We got physical defense. I'm gonna put that on War Greymon. Your attacks aren't very far, are they? No, that's the negative with you. You're gonna die if you stay there, so I'm gonna have you try to lure them out of their little hidey hole. At least they heal. I like that. I'll have you stay behind. Kind of... And by stay behind, I mean the other one. The Poopmeister. They'll stay behind and crack that open. Because we're going to have time. You know, the character I would love to voice act is Pikachu. When I was a kid, I used to mimic it while I played Pokemon. Oh, I played Pokemon Yellow too! That was my first. I never beat it as a kid. I thought Pokemon was way, way, way too hard, and then didn't realize all you had to do was grind. I went back like 2014, 2016, I think, and I beat like every single Pokemon game, like within every generation. The only one I skipped was Pokemon Yellow and Red and Blue. Because I wanted to make sure that I could trade them over. So I started from Leaf Green onwards. Because Leaf Green obviously covers the original 150. It's basically just a remake of the originals, but better. But I did beat Pokemon Yellow. Because I got it on my DS a couple years back. I did that. And holy crap, I tried a Nuzlocke run on that. Not fun at all. Not fun. Never again. After I've done that, never again. I didn't have the heart to delete them neither. I just kind of put them in a PC box, but I still got them. I traded them over too, actually. No. Wait a minute. No. You can attack. We can attack through walls too, bitch. We're gonna do it. I got and played them as they came out. I love Let's Go Pikachu because it was like going full circle in my Pokemon journey. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. I still did I beat that? I feel like I did. Because I don't play it anymore. I feel like I did. I'll have to go back and check. Could have sworn I did. Do you remember what happens in Pokemon Go? Like how it ends? Do you just beat the Elite Four and that's it? You beat the Elite Four, you win and that's it? Or is there something else that I'm missing? Let's have you go around the back. Yeah, I'm trying to remember if there's something I missed in that game. The last Pokemon game that I beat was Pokemon Legends Arceus, which you can find on the channel. Insane. Yeah, I beat the story, and I completed the Pokedex. Like, I got all the Pokemon, but apparently there's all these little tiny things that you can still do. So, I didn't do all that, but I got all the Pokemon, and I beat the story, so I'm awarding full points. Holy crap, that hurt. I'll need to check that. Sorry, I've got a work email. Apologies if you see my head move away. My work doesn't like it when I, basically, I see a message and then I don't reply for hours. But, of course, they love to do it on a stream day. Okay, well, we're going to have to recover him, because he's not doing so hot over there. You can go in that cave, Mr. Rings, that catch me should be pretty much it for Let's Go Pikachu, just like Pokemon. Alright, yeah, I did beat it. I remember that. I remember going in the cave. I took screenshots and stuff, you know. Oh, so pretty. Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah, I didn't mind it. It seemed a little bare bones. It was kind of cool that you could shiny hunt a lot more effectively in that one. But, like, I liked the simplicity of it because I was a simple boy. But, I mean, I still am a simple boy. But you know what I mean. I'm easily pleased. I don't have to worry about jumping up through all these damn hoops to get shinies and stuff. And even then, I wasn't a huge fan necessarily going for shinies. It was just kind of neat. I did like how, though, in Arceus, I was literally tripping over shinies. I didn't have all the items or anything, and I would still just be tripping over them. It was kind of fun. It made it feel more genuine. I'm just adventuring through the game, and I happen to just find a wild shiny. I feel like that's the way it should be done. You don't have to necessarily... I mean, if you want to hunt for specifics, sure. But I just thought it was kind of cool that, like, you just play the game, and then every now and again, you will find shiny. I'm going to use an item to cure that status condition. Damn it, we can't. What about a friendly neighborhood bun bun? So I'm just trying to check this. I have to confirm whether or not I can go to a certain location. Okay, well. My boys are losing their ability to do anything. So that's not good. One second, sorry. Okay. So they're just asking if I could do tomorrow at 7 a.m. like in the middle of the city, and I'm like, nope. The moment you say city, nope. No, thank you. I'll do it if I'm desperate, sure, but I'm in a lucky position where I don't have to go to the city if I don't want to. And I'd rather not go to the city unless it is something that I really, truly want to do. Because this is normal work, and I don't necessarily need to. Hell no! I'm not worrying about that friggin' public transportation. I'm not worried about trying to dodge other cars in my car and risk hitting someone. No thank you. No thank you. Not fun to be in the city. No thanks. Well, it is fun to be in the city. It's not fun to manage being in a car or dodging cars and the state of the train system. So I did see your messages before. I was just getting a bit distracted. Pokemon Scarlet, the new Pokemon were good. Loved all the stuff. I love this to do with the school. Yeah, I haven't played that one yet, so I'm not sure how it is. Bear will probably die, but you'll be doing a worthy sacrifice. Yeah. The school in-game chapter was good, but it was the rest I didn't like. They said it's open world, you can go anywhere and do, but it doesn't mean you'll be able to, or you should. Yeah, I mean, sometimes they treat that as like, oh, that means our game is great, because it's open world. La Serenade. Sometimes something more rigid and simple is better. Sometimes simplicity is better. I mean, Digimon Survive, as politely as I can say this, is pretty fucking simple. Like, but they've tried to take what they have and really flesh it out. That's where their benefit, or that's where their strength comes in. They didn't try to bite off more than they could chew. They're like, right, we have a story that we've written. We've created detail. We're trying to get you invested in the characters. We're trying to make you go into moral choices. Your choices will branch off and give you different Digivolutions. We're adding replayability because, you know, you've got your normal campaign, like your normal ending, and then you've got your true ending and stuff. Like, that's okay. Like, might not be everyone's cup of tea, but they're working with simplicity. Whereas, I've seen tons and tons of, like, open world, you know, like, not free to play, but you know what I mean. Open world, free to play is in, like, you could just go anywhere, do whatever you want, kind of thing. And that sounds great on paper, but, God, like GTA. GTA is probably, like, the earliest one I can think of. Like, GTA 3. I probably played one earlier than that. But that one's alright. But then when you go to, like, I don't know, what's kind of a poor one? I never got into Just Cause. I'm sure some people like Just Cause. Like the earlier ones. I don't know about how 3 is. But, like, for example, something like that. Or half of the Far Cry games that come out. I've heard complaints about the newer ones. Basically, just, oh, it's just more of the same. It's just more of the same. It's not like 3. Like, you know, like if you gotta... Sometimes it's better to shrink down. It's not always about being able to do everything. Sometimes you just really, really want to invest in this one thing, if that's what's really cool. Sorry, I'm just trying to do my turns as well while talking. Scarlet had major problems. Digimon, each game is different, but you need to catch them all. Yeah, you don't need to catch them all, agreed. I like that idea. I like being able to... I like the twists. Why don't I say I like 10 more times? But, I like it when you can get other Digimon. Or your Digimon can digivolve into a bunch of other forms. I like that. Kind of like how Digimon World on the PlayStation worked. How, like, yeah, you've got your own partner, but that partner will eventually die, and then, you know, you can kind of branch off into other forms if you want. Like, I like that. But I do like the idea that, yeah, it's less stress. It's like, nah, you don't worry about catching them all, but if you want, you could train them into different forms, but this is your one buddy. This is your buddy, your butt buddy. You stick with your butt buddy. I like that idea because it makes you create that bond rather than having like 300,000 little monsters in your PC box that you're never going to see. I kind of like that idea in a smaller scale, investing in that smaller thing. Because there's a lot of Digimon. Like, there is, but people don't really acknowledge or know that because they just invest in the smaller roster. But they're not really considered different Digimon for some people. It's just more like forms. And I like that idea. It's like there's not necessarily a lot of Digimon, there's just a lot of forms. I think that is a neater way of looking at it. Like, while Pokemon level 40 and level 10, although the gym didn't know the team was level 50 and the gym leader's Pokemon was level 50. Right, so the balancing in Scarlet and such is kind of weird. I mean, I like the idea of being able to go wherever you want. So if you're like, hey, yeah, screw it. I want to go to the level 50 area. I'm going to get my butt kicked. But the game is allowing me to do it. So why not? I kind of like that freedom. However, I also don't like the idea, though, of... I don't know. It's a double-edged sword. I don't really know if I have the right answer to that, but I kind of like that idea of just being like, yeah, if I really want to, and if I really try, I can take on this level 50 with all my level, you know, 20s and maybe beat it. It's not very productive, you know, but I could if I really want to. But yeah, there's certainly bummers to that. It was first game where they made no effort to restrict the map at all. Honestly, you don't notice how open it is until you like story mode. Yeah. Yeah. Funnily enough, that's, I think that's the only GTA that I have not played, aside from a lot of the side ones. What did I do? I did 3, I did 4, I did Liberty City. Sorry, not Liberty City, Vice City, bit of Vice City. San Andreas. Never 5. Never 5. San Andreas is my favorite, though. That's the only one that I've ever beaten, to be fair. But that's my favorite, hands down. Alright, let's go. We've been on this fight long enough. Let's go. If you're gonna attack, then you're gonna heal. There you go. Most Pokemon and any player, they are never going to use them. Yeah, agreed. Agreed. Me, like, I have to make an effort not to use the Pokemon that I enjoy nowadays, just to try and enjoy the newer stuff, because I already have Pokemon that I like. There's over 150 of them, and I can carry them over, which is cool. I can carry them over, but that makes the problem worse in a way, because, and even if I couldn't carry them over, that also makes it worse too, because I love Primate, for example. He's in the first 150. I'll just keep playing Primate then. That's 1 out of the 6 slots gone. You know, there's so many that have come out in the generations. I can think of so many that, you know, too many to add on a team of friggin' 6. So I have to be like to myself, right, I'm not going to make a team that I've already made before. It has to be some of the new stuff. So now I just feel like, well, now I'm just deliberately not playing the ones I want to play, and it's good for variety, but, you know, you wouldn't think that in a game, like, to not use the things that you enjoy, just to try and get more enjoyment out of it. Hacker's memory did it right. You can have 11 digit. Oh, yeah. 11, baby. I forget. Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, Cyber Sleuthia, that they increased it in that too. I know it gets bad rep for 3 interchangeable characters. I heard it was good. I heard the campaign was good. Personally, I didn't hear anything really bad about the campaign. It was mostly the multiplayer I heard mixed things about. However, I know a lot of people who thoroughly enjoy it. I think it's just how they've conducted it over time. You gonna Mega? Or Dark Digivolve? We didn't abandon it. I'm not going back to this discussion. Alright? I have no reason to lie, and I'm grateful to you. I can see that Penny's has caused you. I would like to play GTA 5 though. Just cause of friggin' Trevor. Hate me if you must, but I want us to work together. If you continue to trust what the Master told you, will only prolong your suffering. To further anguish upon you, Miyuki. That's why I told you not to talk to her. No guarantee the Master will keep his word. I'm sure you realize this. Still, you clung to that promise because you had no other choice. But the Master has been the one threatening Miyuki from the very beginning. And if she learned that you were suffering due to the Master's stretches, then one who would be hurt by this the most is Miyuki, isn't that right? Oh my god. Save Miyuki, save my sister from Master's clutches. Has accomplished today what we should have done 50 years ago. Yep. Here we go. Let me have a quick catch up on the chat. Franklin Clinton is a typical black gangster. It's just like CJ, but Michael, Trevor have such an interesting story. Now I have to restrict myself to the point where team only new to that game. Yeah, same. I got it when it came out in 2013. Even completed once. I think you would like Trevor. He's a complete deranged psycho, but when he feels things, he feels her. Yeah, he kind of reminds me of that guy from Zombie City, Zombie Town. God, the bald guy in Zombie City, Zombie Town, Zombie Side, whatever it was. It was a really popular movie. They made a sequel. It wasn't very good. You know, funny guy, wants Twinkies. Simple dude, but, you know, crazy dude, but, you know, nice big heart when it comes down to it. That is a heart that yearns, that betrays. You remain naught but an impotent beast. Yeah, that's not good. Yeah, and we're all softened up now, too. Played the crap out of GTA 5. I got it when it came out in 2013. And even 100% complete it once. I still don't even own the friggin' thing. I've gifted GTA 5 to other people, and I still don't own it. I had one opportunity to get it, and because it was on the Epic Games Store, they were giving it away for free at one point, I think a year or two ago, and I missed it. I didn't realize they were giving it away. And so many people tried to play that damn thing online at the same time, it crashed. The servers were crashing because everyone was getting it for free, and I missed it. Taking the words of some craven beast. Why dump that idea? It's just keep pretending. So come on, come back to me. You gotta cause disarray. Mega! Let's get that mega! Maybe this is our thumbnail. Dark Digivolution starts eating everyone. I have no idea really my genre. The only thing I've seen or played in zombies kind of three things: the movie Pride and Prejudice and zombies. Undead stories of Red Dead. Oh yeah, the undead stories of Red Dead is great. That's it. That's the friggin'. And it's Thankyou, yeah. My favorite game of all time, The Last of Us. Yeah, I remember we were talking about that. Yeah, there it is, Thankyou. I remember we were talking about that. Last of Us. I like the first one. That's my short answer to that. I like the first one. My favourite zombie game, at least off the top of my head, would have to be Dead Rising, the first one. The AI is janky. I think I've talked about this before, but yeah, the AI is janky, but I like it. Right, so we're going to need to take this one a little more seriously. Burb, to cover ground quick. Anything that we want to crack open? There is. Let's put you there to get that quick. Doggo, because you can actually evolve. And you, because you can actually evolve. First one and the side game Left Behind is the only one I am interested in playing. I've already decided I would never play this if they ever happened years before. Yeah, I agree. Like, I just think the ending for the first game is perfect. Just leave it. Just leave it. I think it's good. The stories are told. Either that or don't, like, do it a bit more, like, keep it simple, stupid kind of thing, you know? Maybe just have, like, adult Ellie just kind of passing the torch on to another child, like to another person. But even then, like, I don't think we need it. Just leave it. It's fine. Sometimes you just need... It's better to just let something go gracefully. Oh, I get to control them. Oh, okay, so they got a similar technique to Wargreymon! Yeah, I agree. 100%. I think they had so many choices, and what they chose to do, I feel like they just kind of squandered it. If people enjoy the story as it was told, that's totally fine. Enjoy your story then. But I just feel like they could have did so much more as well. Agreed. Even if they both died at the end. Like, I don't care about that. I like, without, I mean, the game is really old at this point, but even like, Telltale's The Walking Dead. Certain characters die in that. Certain very important characters. But it was extremely effective, and I think everyone liked, at least most people, I'd say, liked the way that turned out. At least the first couple, because it was simple but effective, and it wasn't like... I'm trying not to insult people who like a certain game, but like... Yeah, like... They did it very tastefully, you know? And it felt like a nice conclusion, you know? You got to go on a journey, and then they passed on, but, you know... You got to see it through. It's like dealing with death, you know? You have to have closure. You have to have some kind of like, or at least have a fitting end for the character, you know? I guess we'll do an evolution. Like, imagine if in Terminator 2, near the end, where, like, he's slowly put down into the lava. If, like, rather than that, he just kind of, like, he beats the villain, but within the process of beating the villain, he dies, like, 6 months later, and doesn't really do anything within the 6 months. That's very anticlimactic. It's more climactic and genuine and feels, like, pretty cool if he learns a valuable lesson about humanity, and he's like, right, I learned a lesson about humanity, I know I have to go, so rather than prolonging that, I'm going to go now. I'm going to make sure that I can never come back. I'm going to bid you a good farewell, mate. You have a good life, you know? That's a good dramatic way to send off a character. And it's not just doing it for no reason, neither. It's like he knows that he's a threat, so he's got to get rid of himself. But, you know, I'm not a professional story writer, so I'm not going to pretend like I know all the answers. But what I can tell you is that a lot of people didn't like a certain game. So, I'm just going to put them next to him. Have them back each other up. That doesn't do much damage there, does it? That's okay. Let's have attack for now. I will have you buff yourself. The guy was pushing 50 in a world that's going to die. Oh, agreed. Yeah, if anything, I wanted that character to die too. Like, not that you wanted him to die, but you know what I mean. Like, it'd be weird if he lived, like constantly, because, you know, it was getting their time. But you got to send him down gracefully. You know? Or at least give him a proper send-off if he's gonna go in such a terrible way. You know, you can have people being... Red Dead Redemption, the main character of that, he got sent off horribly, but, like, it was done good. It was a horrible send-off, but in a good way, if that makes sense. Like, story-wise, it was a good send-off. It was, you know, it was a story of, like, redemption and betrayal. You know? Sometimes your past will come back to haunt you. History repeating itself kind of thing, you know? And it kind of made a lot of sense within the story and all that. Yeah, agreed. I did too. I cried too. It's sad. I'm keeping it subtle and trying not to verbally say certain things in case people watch this later and are like, oh, you spoiled that. You're a piece of garbage. Even though these are really old games. Yes, I played L.A. Noire. I know who goes in that one. Did I? Oh, no. Yeah, no, I think that was it. Yeah, okay. So let's attack. So we can crack this boy open and then back up. Let's pull back a bit. Oh, wow. Literally sat there through the credits and... Aww. I don't blame you. I think it was a good redemption. Like a good redemption. Not that he needed it, but you know what I mean. The things that they did. Obviously, you know, you're doing that kind of line of work. Lots of pressure, things like that. We're all human. We're all vulnerable. We make mistakes. But, you know, he kind of... I like to think that he kind of knew what was going to happen. And he did it anyway. Like I'm not going to make it through this mission. But I'm going to do it anyway. Like, that was his selfless act. It's like, you know what? Maybe it was him beating himself up for what he's done. Maybe if it was him just being selfless. This is my line of work and my God, I'm going to finish it. You know? I like the fact it wasn't they all lived happily ever after. Sometimes the bad guys win and the hero dies. Very well. Yeah, agreed. I think that's certainly the case, but I also think that you gotta do that gracefully. But I'm sure you know that because of other things like The Last of Us 2, of course. They get carried away with that whole idea, you know, that sometimes bad guys win and good guys lose, you know. But you could still do that really gracefully, you know, or you can make it at least very enjoyable for a viewing audience, but have still a very rich story. You know, Lord of the Rings, a lot of good people die, but they still have a enjoyable send-off to many, many, many of those characters. That's probably not the smartest idea. I'm gonna have him join up with them. Maybe even give him a boost. Like, one of my favorite kind of stories with a not necessarily happy ending, kind of like a bittersweet ending, is The Crow. I like The Crow. Especially, I recently, I didn't read it, but it was explained to me, and I saw a breakdown. I saw a bunch of the actual comic itself and stuff. Was the comic itself. Oh yeah, the Crow isn't a game, so The Crow is a movie. Brandon Lee, The Crow. It's a little old, but it's Bruce Lee's boy, Bruce Lee's kid. So they got, you know, they go water, swift as water. Calm like wind. I don't know his phrases. No, it's pretty good. It's dark as hell, but it's pretty good. Same thing with, if you've never seen... I mean, the movie itself is kind of crap. But there was the TV show, the cartoon TV show I've been looking into more and more, Spawn. If you can find that, most of that is free on YouTube. At least at the moment. The comic series itself, Spawn, that is very much like... There is no happy ending. But there is a bittersweet kind of thing. That thing is like the definition of bittersweet. There's a victory, and then there's a really big loss. Oh, no. We gotta get rid of this boy. God damn it. If you could just die already, that'd be appreciated. I'm gonna try and protect them. But yeah, sorry, I digress. Now, the Crow was good because pretty much you go into the story already knowing how this is gonna kind of end. Like, you know that, like, the main character... It's not even a spoiler. You know that the main character is not going to live. The main character is not going to necessarily have a happily ever after. It's just more like putting him at ease, making him feel a little bit better. But even in, like, the comic, it takes this twist where it's like, yeah, you did what you wanted to do, now what? Or, like, is that really what you should have did? Like, is that really what's gonna make you feel better? Kind of thing? But the movie, for example, went for a more dramatic ending, and a lot of people liked it, I think. And it worked because sometimes you have to take your media into account as well. Stuff in a movie isn't necessarily going to transfer very well into a video game. We might be able to... That's pretty weak. I don't really like the idea of him jiving in there with not much health. So I think we'll move him away. Give him a little bandage, just for good measure. I find I enjoy games more if it isn't the cliche ending. Yeah, I can totally get that. There's a reason why Final Fantasy XIII Trilogy is my favorite. I wish I could kind of... Well, I mean, I understand what Final Fantasy is, but I haven't really played any Final Fantasy games aside from 10, and even then I didn't play much of it. The most information I know about Final Fantasy is Kingdom Hearts. So, not much. But yeah, the Final Fantasy the ending, shocking tearjerkers were first two. The last one is a turd in a dumpster fire. Oh, well then, I'm sorry about that. Oof. I know I had an Xbox 360 in the past that was like all decked out in Final Fantasy stuff. It was called the Xbox 360 Super Elite. I don't remember which one that was. It was the one where... it was called Final Hallway back in the day. It's the one I played. I'm a massive Kingdom Hearts fan. Ironically, I'm playing Kingdom Hearts. Oh, you're playing Kingdom Hearts? Oh, good. I haven't gotten to Kingdom Hearts 3 yet. I'm trying to do all the side stuff. And I'm also trying to replay the previous ones. I 100%ed the first Kingdom Hearts and then accidentally deleted my save. God damn it! But I got all the trophies, so that is enough. I have proof. Unless people think I hacked the damn thing. But I didn't! I swear I didn't! No, not good enough for me. Let's see if we can just one-hit you, eh? Can we get you? Not quite. Alright, new strat. And we end our turn and we face this way. Try and bunch you lot up. Nope, they just don't want to move. Okay. I truly detested Blitzball. Put me right off the game. Yeah, like, I've heard some people defend it, some hate it, some kind of like it. Yeah. I'm not really honestly sure where my stance is where most of the games are involved. Oh, there's one. One of my favorite horror games. It's a point-and-click adventure. One of my favorite horror games. It does not have a happy ending whatsoever. But one of my favorites, Phantasmagoria. Or Phantasmagoria, I don't know if... I've never personally played it to completion, but I've seen people play the second one, and I very much enjoy it. Phantasmagoria 2. I've played the first one. I don't know about the second one, but apparently a friend was telling me that's banned in Australia. You know that, right? And I'm like, what? He said, yeah, it's banned. You can't own a copy of that. I'm like, well, it's an electronic copy. It's on my Steam. So I'm awarding full points. This is fine. This is different. But, God, I love the hypocrisy of Australian video games. Or the Australian video game industry. Oh, no, we fought tooth and claw to get the R18 rating, which basically means you can play all the really, really naughty games. Like anything that's super horrible and terrifying, you know, that kind of stuff. But oh, no, there's always exceptions. There's always exceptions. Oh, no, this one depicts the positive use of drugs. So we can't use that. Even though we have games like Fallout that come out here, where it's you put this needle in your arm and it increases your health. What the hell do you think that's doing? And then, like, at the time, I think it was like, they banned a game from releasing here because, what was it? Yeah, it was the positive use of drugs, but it was like something as simple as like, oh, you take these headache pills in the game, and they help increase your health. You know, they increase your health regen or something. But then again, like in Fallout, the Fallout games aren't illegal here. You got Jet. You know the puffer Jet, which increases your stats. You got Buff Out, which is pills, which dramatically increases your strength. All sorts. All freaking sorts. I'm sure that's not the only one. Oh, Fallout's great. Really good. Especially if you like endings that are not necessarily happy, but not necessarily all sad. So like bittersweet. If you like bittersweet endings. Fallout 3 is my favorite. I think if you were ever to play a Fallout game, you should play Fallout 3. Most people, I believe, settle on Fallout 3. I could be wrong, but yeah. We've attacked with you. Yeah. Okay, let's pick this up a bit. We're getting a bit stuck in conversation. Alright, dog fire. Do a little bit of Aurora. I play physical copies against it. It comes down to two issues: money and storage of said game. I can respect that quite a lot. That is pretty awesome, and thank you for promoting physical games. What you could do, if you really want to be like, nope, I will only play physical. It's not the only one, but there is a site that I frequent sometimes. It's called Limited Run. Or Limited Run Games. You can try that as well. Basically, you might have heard of them before, but long story short, they approach companies and are essentially like, hey, your game is only digital, or your game is like 30, 50, whatever years old. Would you like to make put that on current day consoles, so we can print it out to the masses for you. And then, you know, the companies will, you know, will yes or no it, and then if it's a yes, they'll do it. It'll go out everywhere, and they'll sometimes make special editions and things like that for collectors, or you could just buy the normal game itself. But I did that, for example, with the Castlevania series. A bunch of the old school Castlevania games. I know you could just get it on the PC and stuff for cheap, but I kind of wanted it. I just thought it looked really cool. I'm into goth stuff, and Castlevania, baby. So, yeah. The positive of it is that, like, someone like yourself, is that, yes, if you want a physical game, oh boy, they'll help you out with that. They don't always have everything. There's other sites that do it, though, too. It's not just limited run games. There's other sites that get other printing rights. But there's all sorts. I'm trying to think of others that they've done. They've done KO the Kangaroo. They've done the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles thing. They helped push that out. Star Wars, a bunch of old Star Wars games. Star Wars, I don't know, Old Republic's the MMO one, isn't it? A bunch of other old Star Wars games. Night Trap, that was one as well. You know, that kind of thing. Anyway, I said I was going to speed this up, and I'm not speeding it up. Let's go. Speed it up. I do indeed like goth stuff as well. We are getting our butts kicked. I need to pay more attention. These guys are a lot stronger than I thought. Okay, that's good. We managed to hit them both. Ever played the game called Primal? The world of the thing was called the Red Gothic Mansion. I have played Primal. That was on the PS2, wasn't it? It was like, I think it even had like an extra CD where like it was just the band. I never finished it. I kind of found it a little tricky. But I could honestly just look up a walkthrough, you know, nowadays. I never really did that when I was a kid. I never walked through, so I didn't consider it a choice. Okay, let's go down here, I guess. Jen and Scree, are those the two main characters? The gargoyle and the girl? Is that like the band? I guess we'll put you there. Jen is the girl, Scree is the gargoyle. Yeah, that's it, yeah. See, now let's move you over here. These dudes really gonna make me move over there to kill these little pipsqueaks? You're gonna make me. You're gonna make me do it. I kind of got half a mind to just friggin' let the AI take it over. These Digimon are like a dog that just wants to play fetch, but they want you to fetch the ball. I've reached the point with this game where I can't even be bothered to battle. Every battle's yeah, agreed. I'm kind of... Sometimes I try to do the battles sometimes, you know, because it's like, well, what if I would have did something differently? What if I would have been killed or something like that, you know? Gotta keep it suspenseful, but in a situation like this, my god, it's getting a little tedious. In this situation, I'm kind of okay with doing auto, because it's 3 on 2. They're all pretty weak. So we're gonna let them work that out. Yeah. A dog wanting you to fetch the ball sums up my cats. All pestering to throw a fuzzball, then stare at me to go fetch it for them. Yeah, yeah. I'd have to constantly tell my doggos to be like, no, I will not fetch ball. You either fetch ball or we stop playing fetch. That's your choice. I throw ball, you go get ball. That's the deal here. I did learn, though. I think I was noticing that they were having trouble finding the ball. And I learned that dogs aren't necessarily colorblind, but they're more so color impaired. It's like, so they're colorblind. So, well, not necessarily. Like, apparently they can't see. I'm not too familiar with what colors they can or cannot see. What the fuck is this thing done? I love how I was mentioning before, like, how the AI is probably fine, and now they've gotten friggin' a Goo killed! Well, they're about to get him killed. Jeez, what have they done? No, that's not gonna work. And I don't think... What the... Nah, that's not gonna work. So we can give them the talk. Give them a good heal. But yeah, like, they can't see certain colors. I don't remember which colors they have to... I think it was green or red. They have trouble seeing green? Yeah, I think it's green. Especially if it's like in grass, they have trouble seeing that. But apparently blue sticks out like a sore thumb to them. So apparently that's a recommended thing, rather than getting like a green tennis ball to toss them. Apparently if you give them a big blue shiny ball, apparently they can see that a lot better in the grass. And stuff like that. Again, I'm not too familiar which colours they can or cannot see very well. But, like, they might see green as, like, pink or something like that. They don't, but, like, that's just an example. Like, they see colours, they perceive colours differently to us. That's the problem. So if we tell them, oh, this is red, go get the red ball, they're like, that's not red to them. They're like, oh, that's green. And you put the green ball in the green grass. I can't see that. Or for, you know, something like that. I can't pepper breath him. It's alright, we can back up a little bit. Give a little drumstick. And sit there staring at me, at my feet, and you know, like an idiot. I have to go find the fuzzball to give it to him, then he will fuck off. Yep. Makes sense. Normally what our doggos will do is, they'll give us the ball, we'll toss it, and they'll either be like, oh, we can't find it, which is fine, you know, fair enough. Sometimes they can't find it. They'll be like, oh, you threw it too far. But that's more rare. Normally they don't mind. Or they'll bring it, they'll get the ball, bring it, but then they'll kind of like bring it to you, but not close enough for you to pick it up. They'll make you walk over to the ball. And it's like, no, you bring it directly to me. Like that's how this trade-off works. You bring it directly to me, I throw it, you grab it, you bring it back directly to me, at my feet, or pop in hand, you know? None of this half-assed stuff. If you're doing that, then you must be tired, so I guess you don't want to play anymore. And hello, Pom Pom. How nice of you to greet our hello. Alright, I'll give them another turn, I guess, and then I'll take them out. It's kind of of annoying. Why don't they just attack me? I'm playing this very defensively and it's annoying. Might as well be talking about the cats. They do that too. Oh, there you go then. I should be careful. 9 cats. You can only fit 11 on your team. You're gonna run out of space soon. You get it? 'Cause of Digimon. God, what is it with these things and... The heart is friggin' steel now, apparently. You know, if you want to take over the world and stuff, or the digital world or whatever, you gotta be more ballsy than this. Come on. I can't even friggin' hit him. And I can't really put auto... Well, I suppose I could put auto on, but I just don't think it's going to be as effective. They almost got friggin' a Gugu killed. Nah, that's fair enough. Good on you. In my opinion, I think 23 is a good age for a Kit Kat. I've never heard of a cat living for that old, honestly. These enemies are proving to be a tough egg to crack. You get it? 'Cause it's an egg. It's not just a delicious lunch treat kind of thing. If you could just friggin' die already. Thank God! Have mercy on my soul. And my digi-soul. Just get the hell out of here.
Thanks for watching. I greatly appreciate it.
Another thank you as well to my lovely patrons who help me spend more time giving you delicious content. If you want to join them, this and all my other links will be in the description, baby.
If you want to help out another way and also score yourself some good deals on your video games, then you can use my affiliate links for Humble Bundle and Green Man Gaming, all in the description. Generally, I stream every Friday, 10 AM Sydney Australian time, but sometimes 10 PM too. Be sure to check out my Twitter to know exactly when I'm streaming, to know when new content's out, and when I'm doing any Discord game sessions.
Oh yeah, Yankee Doodles, we got a Discord. I'm usually gaming in there every 10 AM Saturday, Sydney Australian time, but I go in and out of there quite often. Thanks again, you wonderful peeps. Have a good one.